the book of the well-known author Leon Qafzezi. Author is a very interesting book in the vibration of the powerful voices of contemporary writers analyzed in special works typical in the profile of their creative personality, but also aiming at the psychosocial features of their diverse works in ideas and forms. The mosaic of their portraits, heterogeneous over the years, is more or less the same as the human messages of their work, where freedom, human fascination is almost the final message of their dream is the same dream, the same obsession against human pain, are the same essential values that pulsate in the veins of their works. It is our earthly dialogue that speaks to the fine of Henry Miller, William Faulkner, John Middleton Murray. Lajos Kazak, as a poet and painter, had to fight as an avant-garde against the conservatives and absurdities of the time. Alfred Doblin's Berlin, Alexanderplatz does not filter like a naturalist novel. It is first and foremost a didactic work approaching Brecht's Opera for Two Pennies. The greatest poetic work of the Cuban, Nicholas Gillan, is held, Elegy, published during the years 1957. Under this title are grouped various poems with titles such as Elegy for Jacques Roumain, Elegy for Jesus Mendez, Cuban Elegy, etc. William Faulkner, in his novel Absalon, is held as his masterpiece in the language of technique, its consistency, clarity in the differentiation of many philosophical problems. We have a spiral lens that penetrates into the past, amplifying legend and myth. Blaise Cendrars is not content to describe people and scenes where they vegetate in familiar places. Under his pen are drawn figures and characters from distant centuries that you find in literature or library files. Of everyday life, alien characters that invade his inner universe and enliven the imagination beyond dreams. In the book Authors by Leon Qafzezi, will also change in the work of Henry Miller, the man and writer who stood up against racism, who specified his position of view of reality, war and realistic. Harsh but also with an extraordinary humor. Stood out to Miller his mystical vision, which made his works explode in the individualist tradition, and himself, Miller, an undisciplined genius of American letters. John Cooper Powys, in his work The Art of Growing Old, is one of Powys' philosophical essays. Is the richest essay on the width of his personal unit and written at the age of 70. For this author old age and childhood have common points and active, amoral, both these age groups are outlawed, also their humor is asocial and amoral. The language of these great thinkers such as Paistovsky, Pecco, Ionesco Marino, Brett, etc., are a great appeal for social justice. For the ascent to the pedestal that belongs to the human personality of every color and race.